I will talk about politics in law. For me, we have universal education. Look at us now under the rain, the children under the rain. It doesn't make sense for me. And when you do it, people think, oh, there's something else you're looking for. Like I always said, I don't need a political post to know that my life was purposeful and everybody's life was purposeful. So I thank the teachers that are here. I thank the people. I've been here before. And I did ask the manager that I want to intervene, but there were a bit of issues in what they wanted to do. They wanted to do something that is more elaborate, which will take time. But we need quick measures. And me and the manager have agreed now, those quick measures will start tackling from, I'm sure from January. We'll accelerate it to make sure that at least within the shortest possible time, we can have one wing up and functional, and then we can start the other. Yes.
In a world where many politicians only appear during elections, one man continues to walk a different path, a path of service, compassion, and purpose. That man is Peter Obi. Across Nigeria, Peter Obi has been quietly visiting schools, from rural communities to urban centers, reaching out to teachers and students, not with promises, but with action. He donates his personal money, providing learning materials, computers, science equipment, and basic infrastructure. The very things that help a child believe again that education can change their life. To Peter Obi, education is not charity. It is an investment in the nation's soul. He often reminds those around him that a country's true wealth is not in the oil beneath its soil, but in the knowledge within its people. When he visits a classroom, he does not just see pupils. He sees doctors, engineers, inventors, teachers, and leaders of tomorrow. And that belief drives him to give from his own pocket, to inspire from his own heart, and to act without waiting for government power or political gain. Education, as Peter Obi often says, is the greatest equalizer. It gives the poor child a chance to sit beside the rich and compete on the same stage of ideas. It breaks the cycle of poverty. It reduces crime. And it opens the gates of opportunity. History has proven this again and again. Look at South Korea. In the 1950s, it was a war-torn country, poorer than many African nations. But its leaders invested heavily in education, not in gold or oil, but in knowledge. Today, South Korea stands among the world's most advanced economies, exporting technology, innovation, and excellence. Look at Singapore, a small island with no natural resources. Its visionary leadership made education its greatest treasure. Teachers were respected, schools were prioritized, and young people were trained to think critically. In just one generation, Singapore became a symbol of progress and prosperity. Or Finland, where every child, no matter their background, has access to quality education free from inequality. The result is a nation built on fairness, innovation, and a highly skilled population. These countries remind us of one truth: no nation rises above the quality of its education. Peter Obi understands this truth deeply. He knows that if Nigeria is to rise from its present struggles, from unemployment to insecurity, from poverty to corruption, the foundation must be education. Not just the education of reading and writing, but an education that empowers creativity, innovation, and discipline. He believes that classrooms must not only teach theory, but also life skills. How to solve problems, how to create jobs, and how to serve humanity. When Peter Obi donates his personal money to schools, he is not merely fixing broken buildings. He is building the future of Nigeria, one classroom at a time. His gesture speaks louder than words. A message that leadership is not about how much power you have, but how much good you can do. He is showing Nigerians that education is not a burden on the budget. It is the engine of development. Imagine a Nigeria under the leadership of Peter Obi. A Nigeria where education becomes a national priority, not a neglected promise. Where teachers are well-trained, respected, and motivated. Where every child, whether in a village or in a city, can dream without limits because learning has no barrier. Where laboratories replace dilapidated classrooms. Where the youth are not forced to flee abroad because their minds are valued at home. Under Peter Obi's leadership, education will not be a privilege for the few. It will be the right of every Nigerian child. He envisions a system where public schools compete with private schools, where technology and innovation drive learning, and where no student is left behind because of poverty. This is how prosperous nations are built, through a smart, educated, and productive population. Peter Obi's commitment goes beyond words. Each time he walks into a school and gives his own resources, he sends a message of personal responsibility, that leadership begins with example. He does not wait for official titles or government budgets to show care. He gives because he believes that if everyone does a little, together we can do a lot. That spirit of giving, that belief in education, and that courage to act are what Nigeria desperately needs today. We live in a time when millions of children are out of school, when many teachers are unpaid, and when the dreams of the youth are fading. Yet, Peter Obi stands as a light, a reminder that there is still hope. Hope that education can once again become the pride of our nation. Hope that a day will come when every Nigerian child can hold a book, not a weapon. Hope that knowledge, not ignorance, will shape our future. In the journey of every great nation, there comes a time when people must choose to remain stagnant or to move forward. Countries like Japan, Israel, and Germany rose from ashes to greatness not because of their land or wealth, but because of their educated citizens. Nigeria too can rise if we choose the path of knowledge, integrity, and leadership that truly cares. Peter Obi represents that path. A path where leaders give, not take. Where education is valued, not ignored. And where the child of a farmer can become a scientist, the child of a market woman can become an engineer, and the child of a roadside hawker can become a president. That is the Nigeria Peter Obi dreams of. A country where the classroom becomes the engine of transformation, where every mind is empowered to dream, and where every dream is given a chance to live. As Peter Obi continues to visit schools, donating his private money to uplift education, he is not merely funding projects. He is planting seeds of hope. Seeds that will grow into a forest of enlightened citizens, responsible leaders, and a prosperous nation. And someday soon, when those students he helped stand tall as teachers, entrepreneurs, and innovators, Nigeria will look back and say, it all began with one man who believed that education could change everything. Peter Obi's vision is clear. Build the people, and the people will build the nation. And that is why his story continues to inspire millions, because he's not just talking about change, he's living it.